Yeah, let's talk about the bigger picture. Let's talk about how we be ballin', playing with the Wizards. Let's talk about the Nats and how they always got good pictures. Let's talk about the cats on rescue, turn them boys to winners. Injuries and updates, oh yeah. To the opponent, we stand toe to toe, yeah. To the top, this podcast gonna go, yeah. I think it's something you should know, yeah.
Greetings and salutations, and boy, oh boy, did that new logo look hot.
Yeah, I'm fired up.
I'm Nathan. That one was Trev, and Stoner is here, and I'm going to get this new logo up here again. A little bit of a refresh. We got a couple others out there as well. I no longer have those loaded up to the screen, though, because there's already enough overlays happening. But let us know what you think of the refresh here. If you are one of our video watchers here on YouTube, of course, we stream live every Wednesday, 7:30 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We've already got Awthentik joining us. He's going to be making an appearance a little bit later as well, because today is the day. It's our second annual first round mock draft where we have a bunch of NFL content creators and fans from all across the different fandoms that are going to help us mock this first round draft. Of course, this will then go on to your favorite audio platform, so you can listen to this on the go as well. We're sponsored by Pacers Running for Every Run. They've got you taken care of. I was actually been walking around in my comfy little Brooks that I've got size 15 feet, but yeah, so big old feet. But I've been walking around in those, taking the kid to and from the bus stop, getting my little steps in. Make sure you get your steps in the most comfortable. Hey man, why I got enough problems with size 15 feet. I don't need you adding on to them. So
is that out loud? Sorry, I bet.
Yeah, that's okay.
Stoner,
yeah,
this is your second time doing this draft here on Ref the District.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I love this. I think this is my favorite show of the year. I love this show because it involves so many different people. It's a mock draft, and people are reacting to people they don't know, making picks in front of them, and then they have to make their pick. And so it's a lot of fun to get all these different people involved. So I'm really just kind of excited about. I'm excited about being done with it as well, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of production behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think we only had to make 3 picks on our own. I mean, 3 asterisks, we'll say.
Yeah,
there's a couple fun ones in there, but
and last year was, I think we had about 14 that we did on our own,
about a dozen or so.
Yeah.
And Trev, this is your first time, you joined us mid, and just after training camp last year. So you missed the draft episode. Are you excited for?
I am excited. This is the only mock draft I'm paying attention to all off season until tomorrow. So it's great to be a part of it. It's interesting to see who goes where. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of shock the world picks in this first round with this mock draft that we've put together. So let's get to it.
And a little behind the scenes, Trev, he doesn't even know what the picks in the mock draft were.
Not a clue.
So every pick that he sees is going to be a surprise.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that.
That's going to be fun too.
all surprise to him.
And Nathan and Trev both have not seen any of the videos. They've seen part of like one video or 2.
Yeah.
Here or there.
Well, I haven't seen any videos at all.
Stoner coordinated all of the videos coming in. He's the one who did all the editing. So big shout out to Stoner for that.
Love doing it.
And so that way everyone's going to get our live reaction to the videos being played. I recall some of the picks. I did some of the editing for the overlays that you'll see. So I know the picks there, but I'm still just as excited to see the people actually make them.
Yeah,
I'm also really excited for this announcement. In case you didn't see this on our YouTube channel, Stoner and I will be there live at FedEx doing interviews, but Trev's still joining us. He can't be there in person, but he's still going to be a part of our live stream of the draft tomorrow night. So make sure that you're checking us out tomorrow as well. We're going to be at FedEx, getting all the good interviews and having a lot of fun with Trev as we count down to see who we are going to actually pick at 11.
I can't wait.
You know what's going to hapen, though? They're going to trade back. And it's just going to be just like all that anticipation, and then they're not going to pick until like midnight. They're going to pick at like 30 or something like that. Or they might not even pick in the first round.
Nah, we're picking somebody in the first round.
Which is good for the team, bad for us.
Nah,
we'll be there until they pick. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the idea, is that we will see somebody at 11. Well, I think we've delayed the fun.
Yeah,
enough.
Let's do it, man.
Let's go ahead and get ourselves prepared for the second annual first round mock draft here on Ref the District. And it looks like, there it is.
Dang, already?
Our first pick is in. This is going to be Jacksonville.
Okay.
All right, what's up, Ref the District? Dunn Drew here, providing you the first overall pick in the 2022 NFL mock draft. We had to talk a little bit beforehand because we landed on different players. So we had to do some convincing of each other, and we've arrived at a player. So cue the music.
Oh, sounds familiar.
Something like that.
All right, and this is going to be the last time you're going to see us up here first, so don't get used to it. Would you like to announce the pick? Actually, here.
Hello.
All right, the pick is in.
Pick is in. Oh, Jags fans, y'all finna go crazy. With the first pick of the second annual Ref the District first round mock draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Evan Neal, offensive lineman, University of Alabama.
That was his pick.
It's our pick.
That was our pick.
You're not mad at Evan Neal.
I'm not mad.
You're not mad at Evan Neal.
10 years protection.
Yep, 10 years protection for Trevor Lawrence. We need to protect our franchise quarterback. And Detroit, you're on the clock. I hope we made it easy for you. You know what I mean? Wink, wink. Little GM talk. You feel me? Seeing Duval, Evan Neal.
All right, there it is. Evan Neal is Dunn and Drew's consensus number 1 overall pick. We will be there in Vegas.
We GMs, baby. We at the podium.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us through this April draft journey all the way up until Las Vegas. There will be a vlog. You can follow along shenanigans we get into there. It's going to be crazy. And we will see you in the next video. Thank you.
All right. Evan Neal off the board. That's I think that's a little bit surprising. I mean, it's a smart pick. Evan Neal's a very smart pick, but I think most people are mocking one of the edge rushers to them, if I recall correctly. So
it is interesting, especially I know they didn't know this today because it just happened, but they just extended Cam Robinson, their offensive line stud down there. So that's an interesting pick. Now, if that is to happen, they have protection on both sides, I guess, now for Trevor Lawrence. And so it's not a bad pick.
Not a bad idea to protect your quarterback.
Not a bad idea. No.
I like Evan Neal. I think it's solid.
I think it's a great pick. If I was drafting for them at 1, that's who I'd pick. Absolutely.
Okay.
Really love it. Not one of the edge rushers.
Nah.
I want to give a shout out. We mentioned Awthentik in the chat. We also have Kamani. We have EP. We got Shady in the house. Commander West is reporting. Douglas and PhillyPhilly the podcast.
Joe Castro.
Ben Willard as well. Let us know what you think. Kurt Smith and Sarah all in the house. And our second pick is ready. And this is one of the ones we had to pick ourselves because would you believe it? You can't find a Detroit Lion fan. It's just, ain't it something? Ain't it something? Nah. Which is Trev, you made the pick for the Detroit Lions. I'm got to assume that one of the edge rushers is going.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Did I pick? I
You can't even remember who you picked.
Nah, I know I picked at 32, but I don't know. I picked was it Kayvon Thibodeau, so I picked at number 2.
Oh, look at that!
Look at
It wasn't
Kayvon
Thibodeau.
Yeah, man, they need
My
some
man
edge
was-
rushing help. It's been a long week. It's been yeah, that's a good pick. They need some edge rush help. They haven't had a good pass rusher since. Yeah, so they need a good pass rusher, you know.
Ever.
So yeah,
I think edge rushers are probably the second most important position on a football team. QB being number 1, and edge rushers. You either have to have a QB or get after a QB.
yeah. Either you protect them or you go get them. One of the two. So
So,
Kayvon
Trev, you
Thibodeau.
did pick number 32. So hopefully you remember that one.
I do that. Oh yeah, that's the one I remember. It's the most. Yeah.
And
I was
and
right
that
on
was
this one, though.
Kayvon Thibodeau going to the Lions with that second overall pick. I think it's
Mhm.
going exactly how we would expect things to go. So that nothing too surprising. I mean, like I said, Evan Neal going first, smart, but I think most people think one of the edge rushers is going to go. Let's go ahead and I hear it now. Lions did have super.
Hey Ref, thanks for giving me the honor to select for the Houston Texans in your annual mock draft. I think this is going to be a great show, man. So at pick number 3, I'm going to be selecting Aiden Hutchinson, the edge rusher out of Michigan. He's really a gift that has just fallen into my lap here at the 3rd overall pick, as he is most people's number 1 overall prospect on their big boards. So I'm very happy to select Hutchinson, and I'm a big believer in his pass rush technique being very advanced for a collegiate player going to the NFL. I strongly believe he can have a similar impact to a guy like Max Crosby and become a perennial Pro Bowler. Someone who is going to get his own sack numbers, but at the same time rack up the pressures, force the quarterback to maneuver around the pocket into Hutchinson's other teammates, setting them up for sacks as well. So I think he's a great pass rusher, but also a pro-ready run defender, which the Texans sorely need, especially on that edge. So I think he pairs well with Jonathan Grenard as our defensive ends of the future and gives Lovie Smith that building block in the defensive trenches, which he sorely wants and needs.
All right, Aiden Hutchinson off the board. He's my number 1. He mentioned that was, by the way, that was Jordan of Texas Thoughts podcast. You can check him out. Thanks, Jordan, for helping us out with this. I think that's a steal at 3. I'd actually take him over Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thibodeau.
Yeah, I would
Thibodeau
too.
or
for sure.
Thibodeau?
Thibodeau.
All right.
Yeah,
I
I
think
would too.
I think you probably can't go wrong with either guy, right?
Yeah,
So
he could
I
be the
think- I
next
think it's pretty
J.J.
good.
Watt down there. So I think that's a great pick for Houston.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Lovie Smith's a defensive guy. Go ahead. Oh!
Man, this is a fast draft. Let's go.
Let's move it along. Let's hear who we got
32
with
of
pick
these
number
things.
4.
All right,
go.
here we go.
We got 32. We definitely want to move. We can't spend 5 minutes on each one. These
That's
people
true.
won't stick around
All right.
here. Thanks, Trending and Metaphor, for joining us as well.
All right, here we go.
Ben said Jets are about to take Gardner.
Ooh.
Oh, let's see what we got
Let's
here.
See what happens.
Hang on.
Well, for the 4th pick in the draft, because you've probably seen the first 3 picks. So with the 4th pick in the draft, the New York Jets, New Jersey Jets select Jamison Williams, who's a wide receiver from Alabama. He's going to catch Zach Wilson's balls.
What? Jamison Williams at number 4. Wow.
I don't hate it.
I hate
don't
it.
I
hate it. They need offensive line help. They need
Oh, sure. They need a lot of things, but
defensive help. Like
Jamison Williams probably the best wide receiver in the draft. Now, the ACL.
that's what I'm
is probably-
saying. How does he
probably
leap
why
over
he's-
every other receiver and be the first one off the board?
Because do you care about half of this season or do you care about the career? Because I hear this a lot with our Commanders fandom, right? If Jamison Williams is there at 11, they like him over all the other wide receivers and they say, take him. I don't think the Commanders would be in the position to waste that.
I think if
that
you're
half a
picking
year,
this,
but you look at the career, if you get somebody like Tyreek Hill, do you really care that you miss half the rookie season if you get that kind of explosiveness for years?
I mean, if you're picking that high, you kind of want him to contribute now. Like we kind of experienced that at 19 last year. We picked someone who's a developed player who we thought should, you know what I mean? So he's coming off ACL. He's explosive, but 4th overall, you could probably get him in the 2nd round if you were patient enough. Honestly,
Jameson Williams is not lasting to the 2nd round.
He's definitely not.
He should, but he won't. He should, but he won't. So
it's definitely a risky pick there. But you got to remember, they have 2 picks in the top 10.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
Ben
taking
makes
him
a
at
good
4.
point. They probably could have got him at 10 and got somebody else.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Why would he go at 4? That's high. That's real high.
All right, but it's not our pick to make. I'm
Nope.
pretty sure he made
That
was Justin. Justin made the pick for the Jets last year, right?
He did,
and
he made 2 picks last year and 2 picks again this year.
And he's usually sauced when he makes the picks, which makes it even more fun for us here on Ref the District. The next pick is in. We got pick number 5. This is your New York Football Giants.
Authentic. Hope you're ready.
Yeah, this is Authentic making the number 5 pick. I'm gonna share a behind the scenes story for their next one.
I don't even know who he's picking.
Big shout out to all my Ref the District fam out there one time. I go by the name of Awthentik, one half of Awthentik and The Beard, the best television show not on television. I'll be representing the New York Giants with the 5th pick of the 2nd annual Ref the District 1st round mock draft. And the pick is in. The New York Giants select cornerback Sauce Gardner, Cincinnati. We've thought about this long and hard, and as we are rebuilding our team, we need some depth in the secondary, especially while losing players like Jabril Peppers and Logan Ryan. Sauce Gardner will be a perfect fit in this secondary with Xavier McKinney back there at safety. He comes in with a 4.41 40-yard dash. In his last year at Cincinnati, opposing quarterbacks had a passer rating of, get this, 11.5 versus Sauce Gardner in coverage. He was only targeted 30 times in coverage while being on the field for over 400 snaps, and he only allowed a total of 13 receptions. And the best stat of them all, in 3 years, Sauce Gardner never allowed a touchdown while in coverage. We, the New York Giants, feel that Sauce Gardner will be a guaranteed lock as a Hall of Fame cornerback, and we're looking at him as the next Jalen Ramsey, possibly better. Y'all know what it is, man. Giants Nation is in the building.
Wow, Authentic.
Happy to have Sauce Gardner fall to him at 5. It sounds like you can listen to Authentic.
I can watch their show all day. I have trouble watching, having like focus and staying with something.
Yeah.
Authentic in the Beard is a fantastic podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I just wanted to
add
he's
that. Not lying when he says the best television show not on television.
Sauce Gardner, though? I mean, that's following right along what Joe Sheen said. Whoever is the best player available at that 5 spot, they're taking. Quarterback, cornerback, lineman, receiver. Doesn't matter. Whoever's the best one there, they're taking. And
you guys should be happy. Sauce Gardner is one of the people that I would want Washington to take at 11, even over some of the wide receivers everybody thinks they should be taken. But
that's a good pick. Good pick, Authentic. Good pick.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us on that one, Authentic. We know that you got another one coming here in just a little bit. But first,
that was not Authentic. That's a different.
Oh, it is another one. Sorry. You have it listed. Oh, no, you do have that one listed differently. So I'm checking over this.
That means we'd have to face him twice a year. I don't want that to happen.
I know, right? Please don't pick him.
That pick did come in. This one's a special guest here. Pick number 6. We managed to nab yet again the coach of the Carolina Panthers making the selection here.
Snap. Matt Rhule is back.
All right, great practice, y'all. Way to keep pounding. Boys. Ref the district.
What up?
Coach Rhule back here with you. Thanks for having me back. Been checking you guys out, doing great things over there. Especially that Stoner dude. Hilarious. More airtime for Stoner. Anyway, get your authentic Carolina Panther gear wherever you get your Panther gear. Listen, not going to play around here anymore. We're taking Cam Newton, quarterback, Auburn University.
Wait.
He's 6'5". Hang on, 240 pounds. Oh, it's not a dynasty league. It's not a dynasty league. Well, okay. Look, we've done our research. Let's see what we got here. Okay. All right. We're gonna take this kid, Malik Willis.
Ooh.
I gotta do the whole. I gotta say the whole thing. With the 6th pick of the 2nd annual Ref the District first round mock draft, could you have a longer name?
Yeah.
The Carolina Panthers take Malik Willis, quarterback. He's a fantastic quarterback, and I know quarterbacks. Look what I've done with Carolina in the last couple of years. So we're taking Malik. Thanks, boys. Like I said, Stoner, more airtime. Ref the District, you're doing great things. We're going to go. We're going to keep pounding. Let's go, Panthers.
Matt
I
Rhule
heart
is a
Cam.
joke.
Yeah.
Yes, he is a joke.
Oh man.
Malik Willis at number 6. To all honesty, though, guys, that could
Probably where he's going to go. Yeah, I think it's where they're going to go. They need
a good pick.
It's fairly local for them. He's the
Cam's
most dynamic,
protege.
most exciting QB for to be taken off the board there. I think it makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Coach
Matt
Rhule,
Rhule. I'm so glad that he gets to. I know, man. He gets to join us all the time. It's so cool.
Oh man,
He's friend of the show.
Goodness
Friend
gracious.
of the show.
Yeah.
Coach
Good
Rhule.
guy.
Now I want to give a little bit of insight here. Coach Rhule was quick with his pick, so quick. The Giants, Awthentik tried to roll back the Sauce Gardner pick.
That's right.
Wanted to
He did.
shake some things up and try to take Malik Willis, but Coach Rhule had already snapped him up. There was the paper was turned in. There was no way to go back.
My man said
so-
it's not a dynasty league.
Coach Rhule, he loves him some Cam. I tell you what, he loves Cam.
And speaking of some more FaceTime for Stoner, you can catch him on the last episode of First String Podcast.
Oh,
where
yeah,
he was,
that's right.
He was joking with the guys up there. Him and G got along. G from the shop got along just nicely. Yeah, that was fun. Thanks, Coach Rhule.
That was fun.
Let's get to that next pick there. It is now going to be pick number 7. This is Brian picking for the New York Football Giants.
Oh no.
With the number 7 pick, the New York Giants pick Ikem Ekwonu. He's a big dude. He's a blocker. Daniel Jones needs that. No excuses this year. That's what's up.
Quick and to the point.
Yeah, I mean, it's smart pick.
So now they got their corner and they got their offensive tackle, right?
This is actually where I was kind of thinking Awthentik was going to go with his. Now, I can't argue with the best player available, in a lot of people's minds, Sauce Gardner. Of course, that's not my particular view. But Sauce Gardner, one of the best players, can't argue with that pick.
Yeah.
But you really think that they're supposed to, with this draft, trying to load it up, give Daniel Jones that one last chance to be successful, and keeping him upright is going to be a part of that. So get that offensive lineman there for Brian did for the Giants. Don't hate it.
Don't hate it.
We're still coming to get Daniel Jones twice a year. We'll be all right.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, that's right.
Awthentik loves it. Says, man, great pick. So, hey, good. So they got the two guys that Awthentik wanted, maybe not quite because he was going to shake things up with Malik Willis.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to get that, but we got to keep things moving here on the second annual Ref the District Draft.
These picks is rolling
pick
in.
number 8. The Atlanta Falcons are in.
All right, get ready. Let's party.
I think I know. Oh, he got the Atlanta Falcons song. Okay.
He's still celebrating this Georgia
national
championship.
Yeah, he is. All right, so who's he picking?
I think we were just dancing the whole time.
I think
Let's go.
I'm pretty sure he's just celebrating, Last year, they took a player I did not want to see in the NFC East.
What's up, Rep the District? This is Tim Drake Godby. I am here in Falklandia Central with Roddy the Dominator. It is another draft year, and we are ready to make another pick to rebuild our dynasty in the state of Georgia, who is going to win all 4 championships in 1 year in the year 2028. With the 8th pick in the draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Kyle Anderson, safety, Notre Dame. Count it.
Okay.
My man looked over for the name, still said it wrong. He's like, we pick Kyle Anderson. Read it wrong. I had to have fun with this one. Crossed out the Anderson part. It was Kyle Hamilton. That our friend Tim.
Georgia.
You went through all that and then just getting
Got the name wrong. That's what I'm
and
saying.
then botched the name.
Yeah.
This one pains me, right? Kyle Hamilton's the one I've been hoping falls
Yeah.
for the Commanders. He's out. He's gone.
Goodness.
We didn't have that argument here today for this pick because I definitely would have argued Kyle Hamilton to me is one of, if not the best player in this draft. And if he falls to 11, the Commanders just have to take him.
Stoner, here we go.
Here we go.
But you guys don't have to worry about it here on the second annual mock first round draft because he is gone. He is gone. Let's see who else is being taken here. The bell tolls again.
What happened?
What's the bell tolling? Or are you just talking about the chime?
The chime. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the
My
next
bad.
pick. It's the pick number 9.
All right, for the Seahawks.
Ooh, Baker Mayfield.
Ref the District. What's up, guys? Mock draft, year 2, part due. Thanks for letting me hop in again. Last year, it was torture. I'm a Seahawks fan. You had me draft for the Niners. Yeah. Hurt my heart to the core. But they chose the wrong person. I said, hey, John Lynch, how about you grab Josh Fields?
Or Justin.
Grab Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Still not sold. All right, so for my Seahawks, John Snyder, Pete Carroll, in a real world, these guys are trading down. They're trading down to accumulate picks and get something in their sweet spot, which is the 2nd or the 3rd round. But since I have to pick at 9, my choices are a generational talent at corner with a Liz Frank injury and injury concerns and 1 good college year, or a pass rusher who was okay for a few years and really dominated the scene and the combine this year. Well, we're facing Kyler Murray. We're facing whoever the Niners roll out, and we're facing the Super Bowl champion, Matt Stafford. I never thought I'd say that. We need a pass rusher. So, Derek Stingley Jr., I'm going to leave you on the board. We'll take Jermaine Johnson straight from Tallahassee. Bring that Seminole up to Seattle and rush the passer.
Yo! My last chance to
Jermaine
use
Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson, Florida State.
Nice
He
pick.
just leaped Trayvon Walker. Ooh! Okay, nice pick. Nice
Pass
pick.
rusher. I said it's the second most valuable thing on the team
Nice
there.
pick.
That's Stingley Jr. That was his other one. I was kind of interested to hear Trevor, talk about that was his other option there. Still plenty of good players on the board though.
Yep.
Metaphor is asking us, can Stoner Rivera come on and pick Josh Doxson for our 11th pick?
Hey,
We're getting pretty
we're
close.
getting there.
Number 10.
Ben Walker is still on the board.
All right,
Yep.
here we go. Number
Trayvon
10.
Walker. So I'm saying, Ben, he's still on the board.
I'm back. Which is something the Jets hope to say at some point whenever longest playoff drought in the NFL. Oh boy. That being said, Zach Wilson throws the ball and somebody's got to get it. So how about another receiver? So ladies and gentlemen, with the 10th pick in the draft to Palooza, the New York Jets select Drake London, wide receiver man from USC of Southern California.
Drake London off the board.
That's good.
I've really been warming up to Drake London this last week, and I know there's a lot of smoke out there for the Commanders to, potentially that's their number one wide receiver. He's a big body receiver. Carson Wentz loves big body. I think the people are pointing out that his skill set is like a big slot receiver, like you see with Kupp. I'm really sad to see, him go here because I think it would have been made for an interesting options for the Commanders. Now, Justin for the Jets picked wide receiver. Do you think it's going to go down like that?
You never know.
Tell me this. Well, answer me this. Who's their wide receiver one for the Jets?
It's probably Elijah Moore, right?
Braxton,
That's who they picked up last.
Braxton Berrios.
A bunch of Jags. Not
Braxton Moore was a first-round pick last year.
Braxton Berrios. They just gave Braxton a new contract.
Yeah. Okay. They need receivers, so I don't hate it. They're not going to pick two, but they're going to pick one. I can promise you that.
That's at least if you don't think that the Jets are going to go wide receiver, do you at least think that 3 wide receivers are going to go in those top 10 picks?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
Those 3 happen to be Williams. Who do we have here?
High.
Well, Williams and London.
Drake London.
Right now are the only 2.
Those are the only 2 that were taken.
Yeah.
So, okay. So 2 to 3 is what we're looking at in the top 10.
Yeah. I think so.
For sure.
I think there's going to be a run on receivers.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think that those are the 2 that are going to be missing? Williams and Drake London's stock has been rising.
Yeah, Drake
high.
London's gone.
I think Jameson Williams, man, that's just too high for him, for me personally. But
well, let me ask you this. Since we're getting ready to talk about the 11th pick for Washington.
Oh.
What if Drake London, what if all these guys were there? Okay. And let's just put it out there. They're going to draft a wide receiver.
Okay.
Just for the sake of argument. With Drake London, Jameson Williams, Olave, Wilson, and Treylon Burks, they're all there. All of them. Who are you taking?
Chris Olave.
You're still taking Olave, Nathan?
Yeah.
What are my choices? Can I trade back?
No.
All receivers
those
are there.
5 receivers. Who is the one you are taking?
Name the 5 again.
Jameson Williams, Drake London, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Treylon Burks.
I personally like Garrett Wilson. Jameson Williams, I think, might be the best wide receiver out of the bunch, but the injury is something I don't think the Commanders can take. Garrett Wilson would be my number 2, and the pick that I would take. Drake London would be number 3. Would not be disappointed with him. I would then go Olave, then Burks.
I think my order is London, Olave, Jameson Williams, Garrett Wilson, Treylon Burks. But also, let me ask you this question. If any of those 5 are taken, are you unhappy? Any of the 5? Are you
at
upset?
11? I'd be unhappy.
I'm happy with Jameson Williamson, whatever his name is.
You're unhappy with Jameson Williams.
Mm-hmm.
At 11, I would be unhappy with Olave. I'd be unhappy with Burks. Those would be the 2 that I think that you probably draft a little bit higher than they should have been taken. Now, if you can't trade back, if you don't have that trade partner, I guess you take the guy that you want out of that. But I would be disappointed if they didn't get like a best player available. Now, like I mentioned, you guys are lucky. The best players that are on my board that would take over a wide receiver are off. Kyle Hamilton's gone. Sauce Gardner's gone. I'm not as high on Stingley Jr.
I'm not either.
No.
I'm very low on him.
Not just the injury, but the fact that, the last couple of years, his freshman year, great. That was awesome. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I definitely I wouldn't go that route. So really the players I would take over a wide receiver that possibly can get down to this point. Because obviously, if Aiden Hutchinson or one of the Evan Neal or someone like that drops to 11, these guys are consensus top 3. You gotta take one of them.
Yeah.
Well, for me, anyways. But here, looking at this board, you don't have Drake London, Stoner.
Right. Yep.
So who was your number 2?
My number 2 is Olave.
Okay, and Trev, who rank those 5 receivers for us real quick, and then who are you taking?
I got Olave, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Jameson Williams, and Traylon Burks.
Yeah, I'm an Olave
Garrett
over Wilson guy.
You think Garrett Wilson is better than Olave?
No, I got Olave first.
Oh, he's got Olave first.
And you got Olave first. I'm the only one smart here. Well, okay, but out of the 2,
who the hell are we picking at 11? Who are we picking at 11?
But let's go. Picks in.
I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, you can't.
I'll say it.
Yeah, do it, Trev.
I don't even know who it is, but
you know who it is. You helped us pick this one.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah. 2-1 vote over Nathan.
All right, Stoney, you say it.
All right. With the 11th pick of the second annual Ref the District first round mock draft, the longest wording ever, the Washington Commanders select Chris Olave.
Yeah, let's go!
Wide receiver, Ohio State University.
Let's go, Buckeyes, baby!
Need that dude on this squad.
Baby! Scary Terry, Curtis Samuel, Chris Olave. We the Buckeyes, baby!
Yeah, that is true.
We're going to have to start rooting for the Buckeyes.
Entire Buckeye receiving room. All right. I think 11's too high for Olave. I think that Wilson is the better wide receiver. And Wilson was there, guys. Garrett Wilson was there, but you two out. Apparently we live in a democracy here on Ref the District. And these two picked Olave to my Garrett Wilson. So I did not get my pick here.
Yes.
Let us know in the comment section, especially for those that you're already getting booed.
Who's booing us?
You get some boo.
My mother just said good pick. Breaking news. My mother said good pick. So
Metaphor, Wilson 11.
That does it.
Otherwise,
right
Olave at 16.
Nah, Chad Ochocinco said
with me
himself.
taking Garrett Wilson 11 in this mock draft.
Kamani
taking
Chris Olave, baby.
I will say this: if they draft Garrett Wilson over Olave at 11, I'm not going to be mad. I will say that.
Me neither.
But I do like Olave better. That's just my opinion. But I'm a big dummy. That's why I'm sitting here doing this, and I'm not
big
in
dummy.
the war room.
Last year's draft is where our mock draft was where we coined the term hashtag just a fan. Right? We're not a coach. We're not a scout. We're not a GM. We're just a fan. Hashtag just a fan. I would have gone with Garrett Wilson. Other people are agreeing with me. Unfortunately, that's not the way that it came. You're definitely going to want to stick around for more picks, though, because not only do we have some more fun coming up with the rest of this first round, but after the round is over, we'll talk about who's still available for Washington in the second round. So don't leave us yet, as the next pick is coming in here, Minnesota.
12.
For the 2022 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings proudly select Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback, LSU.
All right, nice, simple, quick. You got it in there, and that's our man. Let me pull up. I don't know why I work with this guy, and I can't think of his name right now. That's Nick Koetz. Congratulations, by the way, finished the Air Force NCOA, which is the Non-Commissioned Officer Academy, with the highest award you can possibly get. So shout out to my man Nick for earning the John. You didn't win it; he earned it. The John Levito, again, the highest award you could possibly get in enlisted professional military education. Short video. I could have been probably more directive there on how long to make that, but our man took the one that we talked about being overvalued. That's Stingley Jr. He did tell me, he said that it's it's a pick they just have to make, right?
Yeah, I
the
mean,
guy is potentially very exciting and could be, to some at least, he is the better corner out of him and Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'll take Sauce Gardner.
I would take Sauce Gardner as well. For Washington at 11, I don't want Stingley Jr. I don't want a cornerback, please.
No, I mean, if we
Would you
do,
take
we don't
Sauce
want
Gardner
one.
if he's there?
If he's there,
that's
if we're
hard.
taking, yeah, I would. I wouldn't take Stingley Jr. We don't know what he has yet because he hasn't played in how long.
I would pause and then I would not take Sauce Gardner. I would take a receiver. I would always take a receiver.
True.
All right.
All right. Moving it along.
Yeah.
Not as quick as those videos.
Here we go.
Yeah.
This one's not quite as quick.
Back on the clock at the 13th overall pick, the Houston Texans will be selecting Jordan Davis, the defensive tackle out of Georgia. After selecting Aiden Hutchinson at the 3rd overall pick, we are going to be doubling down on the defensive line to form a monstrous defensive duo and help form the identity in the trenches for the Texans. Davis is another high floor player, with his elite run defense being translatable to the NFL right away, and that will help the Texans in slowing down AFC South running backs like Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry. Furthermore, Davis also profiles as someone with a fairly high ceiling because of his generational athleticism for a defensive tackle. I mean, a guy his size just should not move as well as he does. And now we know he is a raw pass rusher, but he has all the physical tools to improve in that area, and he has shown the dedication to transform his body, lose some weight, and to become a 3-down player. I believe he can become an interior pocket collapser that will make quarterbacks' lives tougher in terms of stepping up into the pocket and thus help our edge rushers finish their sacks better. Jordan Davis is the pick. Let's go.
I can't disagree with that.
That's
Seems
a
pretty
pick.
good. I like the pairing of the defensive tackle with the edge rusher. I mean, it's not necessarily worked out as well as we'd like here in Washington. Maybe it'll work out in Houston when the double first rounders that they've put in there. Again, that was our man Jordan from Texans Thoughts Podcast. Thanks for coming out and making those picks for us. Our enemies up north. It's Baltimore on the clock. Comment if you think you know.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
not Baltimore.
I gotta say
Baltimore.
less syllables.
Be more.
Hey, this is producer Matt Valdez with the Sports Junkies on 106.7 The Fan and host of Bitseason. I'm in the Junkies studio, otherwise known as the Ravens War Room. I will be taking Trayvon Walker, number 14 for the Baltimore Ravens in the 2022 NFL Draft. This is a great selection for the Ravens. They need help on their defensive line, even though they re-signed Calais Campbell. He's getting up there in years. I think he turns 35 this year. And they really need somebody to pair with Owe on the other end. This is a great weapon for first-year defensive coordinator Mike McDonald. The Ravens already spend a lot of money in their secondary, but they really need some help up front to get to the quarterback and also take on some defensive linemen for middle linebacker Patrick Queen. So Trayvon Walker falls to the Ravens at 14, and we're going to scoop them up. The Ravens love taking big-time players from big-time schools. Just look at their draft history with players from Oklahoma, Alabama, and now the Georgia Bulldogs. Trayvon Walker, number 14, to the Baltimore Ravens.
I like that pick for them.
It's a good one. I think it's
I'm
a
surprised
really
Trayvon
smart
Walker
pick.
lasted that long, but since he did, that's
Jermaine going ahead of him was a bit of a
reach.
surprise there. But the draft boards for each team are different. This is why you see mock drafts all the time, because it's just like it really is a gamble. Your board might not match the board of the other team. Then there's the potential with trades, and it's makes for some exciting content for our content creators. But it also makes the draft one of the best events of the year because you just never know, and fans are going to be happy or they're going to be sad. And sometimes they're both, especially if you're here in Washington.
Yeah.
And we'll see there.
Mainly
Yes,
just,
metaphor, that really was Matt Valdez.
Matt Valdez. Yeah.
So, all right, we're continuing it down.
Oh,
I'm going to set this one up a little bit. When I send out the mock draft and everything, and what I do sometimes is I'll send it a little bit early to people so they can kind of get an idea of how the draft is going. So I sent this one to Joe Castro, PhillyPhilly Podcast, who makes the pick at 15. And I sent it to him just before Valdez made the pick at 14, right? So he had 13 picks, and he says, look, as long as Baltimore doesn't take blank, as long as they don't take Trayvon Walker, I'm good. And sure enough, he took Trayvon Walker, and Joe Castro was not happy about that. So anyway, here is the pick for the Eagles at 15.
You want Philly? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, a.k.a. Philly Fresco, representing PhillyPhilly The Podcast and the Philadelphia Eagles at pick number 15. First off, big shout-out to Ref the District for allowing me to make this pick and for having me on your show. Let's hop right into it. So, look, the Philadelphia Eagles would probably not be mad at how this draft fell. A lot of wide receivers went early on in this draft. And some talent did fall to us. You're looking at a Charles Cross, right? You're looking at a Trent McDuffie, a Garrett Wilson, a George Karlaftis is still there. There's still some names, a Devin Lloyd and a Kobe Dean. There's still some names that I would definitely be excited to see in Midnight Green and Kelly Green. If you're an Eagles fan, you know. But look, we are going to go ahead and shore up a position that the Philadelphia Eagles are absolutely garbage at fulfilling. And it just has been far too long since we've had somebody of our own at this position, and that's going to be the cornerback 2 position. Obviously, I say CB2. It hopefully it curtails into him being our franchise corner, but I am going to go with Trent McDuffie. I know a lot of people do not necessarily love Trent McDuffie. I think that McDuffie has literally everything except for maybe arm length. Maybe his wingspan isn't as long as you want it to be. But when you look at this kid in his college career, I think that he's allowed 2 deep passes his whole college career. Only allowed 39 yards. I think that's the most he's ever given up in a game in his college career. The technique is there. The savvy is there. The kid's a playmaker, and the Philadelphia Eagles are sorely lacking there. I feel like I had to take the best player available because I preach that so much on my show. But I am going Trent McDuffie, and thank you so much for having me on your show. And shout out to whoever got the Eagles at number 18. Maybe get us a linebacker. Maybe. I don't know. But y'all know what it is. It's Fly Eagles Fly, and we are out here. Peace.
All right, the PhillyPhilly Podcast. Joe making the pick there for the Eagles. He talked about people not being high on McDuffie. I'm not high.
You're not high on him?
I think that at pick 15, I'm very excited that the Eagles have taken him.
Yeah.
I think that he will be a solid player. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad player. I'm not trying to knock him. I just think that is too high for him.
Bit of a reach.
Yeah, we're talking about the Pac-12 for goodness sake. So all those stats that Joe brought up.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about with Sauce Gardner in the Conference USA.
Yeah, that's a fair argument. That's a fair argument. I still think that Sauce Gardner is the more impressive. Maybe it's the fact that he's physically more imposing.
You just like the name Sauce Gardner.
I mean, when you get a nickname like that, you gotta love it. You gotta.
Yeah, well, it depends on who. If he gave it to himself, then that's one thing. But if somebody else gave it to him, now we could talk. But we'll see here.
Meta says Philly wouldn't draft anyone with Washington anywhere in their profile. So probably not wrong. Probably not wrong at all. Let's go ahead and hit that button. Let's see who's up next. It is going to be our first New Orleans Saints.
And again, I'm going to set this up real quick. Had a little bit of technology issues for the first maybe 15, 20 seconds on this one. So just hang in there. Bear with us on this one. This was the best we could do.
Okay.
Hey, Ref the District. This is Bob Rose from the Saints News Network and the Bayou Blitz podcast, along with SI.com. I love your show, and I appreciate you having me on to make the picks for the New Orleans Saints. With the 16th pick of the second annual Ref the District first-round mock draft, the New Orleans Saints select wide receiver Garrett Wilson from Ohio State. Wilson is among a handful of first-round rated wide receivers, and I think the Saints are going to go this direction with their first of 2 first-round picks. I believe they're going to want to surround Jameis Winston with as many weapons as possible to give him a chance to succeed. The Saints need receiving help in the worst way. I know they returned all-pro wide receiver Michael Thomas, but Wilson is the type of player who can consistently take the top off a defense, and he's an extremely smooth route runner underneath.
There he is. There's the
Look
guy
at Nathan's face. Nathan is so upset with that. He's dead. Look at that. He's so upset.
I want to give a shout out right now to Meta. Wilson at 11, otherwise Olave at 16. Just reverse them.
Yeah.
Right? That's what happened in this particular draft. These 2 Yahoos above me went Olave and Wilson is taken at 16 here. So shout out with that little bit of foresight to realize that the 2 Ohio State wide receivers are going to go at 11 and 16. Unfortunately for me, that means that we ended. I guess not. Olave is going to be good. Okay?
Yeah,
I think that he's going to be solid. I think that he's easily wide receiver 2 or 3. And that's why I don't think you take him at 11. I think that you. I just
he could
don't
be
think
wide
you take him
receiver 2 at Washington next to Terry.
That's fair. Yeah, good for sure. I would rather wide receiver 1 to challenge.
Would Garrett Wilson be wide receiver 1 in Washington?
He at least I think could challenge Terry McLaurin for it. Yes.
Ooh.
Them's fighting words.
Nathan bringing some smoke.
I'm even wearing my Terry. I got McLaurin behind me.
You do.
That's who I just like here. We got the bells have tolled again.
Let's
We're
go.
going to pick 17. Keep this
17.
moving here.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I remember these guys.
Hello, everyone. This is Alex from the Guilty as Charged podcast here, and I'm happy to be doing the second annual Ref the District mock draft and participating in it. I had a great time talking with the guys from the pod last year when the Chargers did play Washington in week 1. Got the win there. They didn't get the win, but we can't all be winners. So I'm here happy to do this mock draft for them. And I have the 17th pick. So without any further ado, with the 17th pick in the second annual Ref the District mock draft, I, for the Los Angeles Chargers, select offensive tackle Charles Cross. To me, there's no other real selection here with the pick. The Chargers desperately need some right tackle help after Storm Norton was kind of a liability for a lot of the year. Brian Bulaga did not pan out as a signing as the way they wanted him to with the injuries he had. And they already have the left tackle spot fortified with Rashawn Slater. So now you put someone on the right side who can protect Justin Herbert. And now for the next 5 years, you really have cheap, affordable rookie contracts protecting a cheap, affordable rookie quarterback, which allows you to pool your resources into whatever else you want for the team. Charles Cross, to me, is the best pass protector in this draft. A lot of people talk about his struggles in the run game. That's also because Mississippi State plays a system that is more of an air raid offense, obviously with Mike Leach over there. And what are the Chargers going to be doing a lot of? Not air raid per se, but they're going to be winning these games with Justin Herbert throwing 35, 50 times a game. And if you get the best pass blocker in the country, which I do think Charles Cross is as my overall offensive tackle 1 for this draft, this would be tremendous value of the Chargers if they get him here. And there's no other real steal for them to get at this position since Jameson Williams and Derek Stingley and all those guys are off the board. So I select Charles Cross with the 17th pick in the Ref the District mock draft.
That's probably the pick that makes the most sense so far out of this entire draft.
Of anybody. Yeah, right. I agree.
I mean, falling down to 17, protecting your stud QB.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Literally can't.
Our enemies are on the board again.
Everybody's our enemy. Who's this?
This one's Philadelphia Eagles with their second pick. Pick 18. Joe said go linebacker. Let's see where they ended up going here. This is coming up.
EP Cutthroat.
What's up, everybody? Phil Stifle here for Trending in the AM on DSM Media, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Yo, Ref the Districts, thanks a lot for inviting me for your mock draft here. And let's not waste any time with the 18th pick, the Philadelphia Eagles. Actually, before I do that, hold on. I got to backtrack for a second. Who at the New York Jets selected Jamison Williams with the 4th pick? Come on, man. This mock draft is terrible. 15th pick, the Philadelphia Eagles already had selected Trent McDuffie, cornerback. Yo, Joe Castro. We all know Howie Roseman's going to take a wide receiver there. With all the wide receivers that went, Garrett Wilson, the next best, that's who he would have taken. You took the cornerback at whatever. And if it actually played out this way, Howie Roseman's going to take that 18th pick, trade back, because wide receivers, a lot of the guys that they want off the board at this point, in my opinion. But with the 18th pick, the Philadelphia Eagles select George Karlaftis, defensive end for Purdue. Howie Roseman goes out. He loves to draft his ends, his defensive line in general, offensive line, wide receivers. That's what he does in the first rounds. Based off of this mock draft board, he goes out and gets the future replacement for Brandon Graham, who will actually come in immediately and make an impact on the defensive line. Yo, again, shout out to Ref the District. You guys are doing great work. You can catch me every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m., Trending in the AM on DSM Media.
Yeah.
All right. Phil came with some heat. He was
Kobe Dean is still there
everywhere.
Yeah, he was.
He was throwing shade everywhere.
No linebacker. Sorry, Joe. Y'all didn't get no
sorry,
linebacker.
Joe. You missed out on the linebacker, and apparently
you got some dude named
you picked wrong.
George
Shout out to our man,
Galifianakis, whatever his name is.
Kwame here in the chat with the statement
Kwame!
I did not say, but you need to check out our video of him. He's looking to hear his name called hopefully sometime during this draft. We'll be following him. Great young man out there in Alabama. You can watch our video interviewing him. Metaphor throwing some shade there to the Chargers. And with all those cheap players, they'll continue to miss the playoffs because they'll go for it on 4th down all day.
Chargers versus Bills, AFC Championship.
Oh, stop it.
With the early call. Right now. With the early
Stop
call.
It.
Market.
I'll bet you $1.
Market.
All right. We got $1 on it. All right. Just because I think chances are my favor. AFC Championship game.
Chargers versus Bills.
Chargers and Bills.
That's that division. Whoever wins that division is going to go to the AFC Championship.
I'm not going to bet $1 on that one. Do you want $1 on this one, Trev? You get with Stoner. You're not even going to touch it. Not even going to touch it. All right.
Nope.
All right. Try again, Eagles. Try, metaphor.
There we go.
Well, they're out of picks here in the first round, but we've got plenty more to go. Here is the second one from our friend out there with the Bayou Blitz podcast. This is going to be Bob again. So who's he going to be taking at pick number 19?
And with the 19th pick of the second annual Ref the District first round mock draft, the New Orleans Saints select offensive tackle Trevor Penning from Northern Iowa. Listen, I think it's just as likely that the Saints go quarterback here, and do not be surprised at all if they go with a defensive player, specifically one of the Georgia defensive tackles, or perhaps even a linebacker. My hunch here is that the Saints are going to get some offensive line help to protect Jameis Winston and seal off the edge for Alvin Kamara in that running game. New Orleans did lose Teron Armstead in free agency, and I believe Trevor Penning is a beast and a future All-Pro potential player for the Saints front line.
Okay.
Some high praise for a guy that he kind of backtracked a little bit on that pick. He's like, they could go here, they could go there, but this guy's going to be an All-Pro. That's that's how we all think, right? Like we know tomorrow, whoever we pick at 11, it's give me a week and I'll convince myself that it's going to be the right pick.
Yeah,
most people didn't know. Jamin Davis really thought, didn't think that was going to be the pick at 19. I think a lot of people knew because he was coming up the boards there towards the end. But we thought that, hey, in this defense, he could potentially be defensive rookie of the year, and that did not pan out at all.
A lot of people were saying that he was going to be rookie of the year.
I never said it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. There was a lot of people saying it.
There was, but I wasn't one of them.
Kevin Mortimer here throwing down the dollar. We have a segment called the Dollar. It's a long time thing between Stoner and me. We go back a decade plus, and he even has a plaque from our time in Germany together.
I do.
Where it actually is $1 on there saying, I'll bet you $1. So it's just a fun segment we do here on Ref the District. If you want to bet us $1, just know it's not a real dollar that we'll give you. It's just, some kind of street cred. So
it's called an attention dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get attention worth $1.
Some props. If it were real money, Trev owes us all a lot.
I'm not in the red no more.
This year so far, you are in the in the positive, so that's fair. But you finished last season in the deep negative.
I did.
All right, we're moving along. It is now pick number 20.
20, yeah.
Hey, Ref the District. Love the show. Keep up the great work, guys. With the 20th pick of the second annual Ref the District first round mock draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Tyler Lindenbaum, center, University of Iowa. Tyler's about 6'3", 296 pounds, an All-American at Iowa, has great body control, and will anchor the Steelers' rushing attack for the upcoming season. I think he'll be a very valuable asset for the Steelers, and will be able to plug in anywhere along the line to really help with the upcoming year's rushing attack. Thanks again. See ya.
Can't hate it. Can't really hate it. Tyler Linderbaum is.
I was hoping he'd be there at 47. Not gonna lie.
That's real. You'd get real lucky if he was still there at 47.
Yeah.
Interesting. He didn't go. That was Mike. Mike did not go with a QB there. Where a lot of teams, a lot of people are thinking that they're going to go with a QB. Mitch Trubisky just kind of being a holdover for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Obviously, the QB that they're tied to most is Malik Willis, but they're going to have to trade up to do that. And right now, kind of hearing that even though the Giants and the Seahawks at 7 and 9 are saying that they're hearing offers, the sweet spot's actually starting at 11 with Washington. Pittsburgh might be an option to trade up if a QB that they like there is at 11.
Don't do it. Just keep it 11 and pick your guy.
Just stay at 11. Trev said, I'm trading back. I would love to have some more. Yeah, Kevin Linderbaum, favorite lineman. You got to love those linemen from Iowa. They're really good.
Why? They're not durable. Ask Brandon Scherf.
Okay.
Just saying.
Metaphor with some shade. Can he send us some of those terrible towels so we can clean up our broken sewer pipes at FedEx? Hopefully they got those fixed for this new year. We'll see how that
Speaking
goes.
of FedEx. Oh, pick is in. I can't say. I was just going to say, we're going to be at FedEx tomorrow for the...
We are going to be at FedEx
live streaming.
tomorrow.
Live draft, or the first round draft.
Catch our live stream.
You don't even know what you're going to
Stoner
FedEx
and I
for.
will be there. This is going to be pick 21.
All right, so pick 21. We don't have a video this year. My coworker made the pick, but could not put together a video in time. He's got a bazillion kids working, all that good stuff, so he couldn't put a video together. But here you go. You ready? With the 21st pick of the second annual Ref the District first round mock draft, the New England Patriots select Nakobe Dean, linebacker.
Yo, that's a good pick. That
There you
replaces
go,
Illinois. I like Nakobe Dean a lot. If we just,
I think Nakobe Dean on a Bill Belichick, ran team is going to be a monster.
I think so too.
I just think that's a really solid.
That's a really good pick
for the Patriots there. All right. Okay.
I agree.
All right. No video for Nakobe Dean for the New England Patriots, but pick number 22 is the Green Bay Packers. I know we have.
Oh, this is why I can't wait. They probably got a receiver too. Traylon Burks. I take Traylon Burks.
What's up, Ref the District? It's John here representing the Green Bay Packers' 22nd pick in the NFL draft. Now, I don't know if you remember last year, but I made an impassioned plea for the Green Bay Packers to draft a receiver. We had a serious lack of depth at the receiver position, and it was really just Davante Adams. Well, guess what? Now we don't even have Davante Adams. We also don't have Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Equanimeous St. Brown. Really, all we have is a old Randall Cobb and Sammy Watkins, who we just picked up. He's not the answer. We need something. I mean, Rodgers can't throw the ball to himself. So this year, I was hoping some of the higher draft picks would fall low enough where the Packers could get them at 22. Thanks, New York Jets, for stealing 2 of them early in the round.
Yeah, like no joke.
Shade on the
Zach
Jets.
Wilson throwing the ball. Anyway, Christian Watson is going to be our pick at number 22. He's a 6'4", 4'3", 840 receiver out of North Dakota State University. Looks like he's pretty well polished. He's a little older. He's won 4 titles in the FCS. Granted, that is not against, BCS level competition, but still the guy's got a winning pedigree, and that's what the Packers need right now. They need another ring. So number 22, Green Bay Packers, Christian Watson. Thank you, guys.
That's a good pick. He's a receiver that could fit there for sure.
And they definitely need to go wide receiver after losing Adams.
He's not good enough to top 10, but where they got him right there at 20, yeah, that's great.
I think Watson might end up being a little bit further back, but I mean, so maybe he's there at that 28 pick. But again, now you just got to take the guy that you think is going to make the most impact for your team. They need a wide receiver. Watson is one I see a lot of people thinking, Washington might be able to snag if they're in a trade back scenario. So we'll see if that is something that plays out tomorrow.
Just stay at 11.
Trev does not want to hear trade back talk.
No.
Can't.
In the first round of the 2022 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Bernard Raimann, offensive tackle from the University of Central Michigan. Now, I'm by no means an expert, but after a lifetime of watching my hometown team play C- football, I really think Kyler Murray has a lot of potential. He just needs some more protection. So I think if Arizona can improve its pretty mediocre offensive line, Kyler Murray could really shine. So welcome to Arizona, Bernard. Start hydrating now.
Yeah.
But it's a dry heat.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Get the I hope Raymond there is a shorter offensive lineman, so that way Kyler can actually see over him.
I don't even know who that is, so go Arizona.
You're probably not paying attention to the offensive linemen in this draft, Trev. As much as you want an offensive, player, you're not when you say that, you don't mean an offensive lineman. You want offensive skill player. Who I still don't think Washington takes one with their first pick at 11. We'll see. Minshew went to Arizona. That was my friend Scott, by the way, for our Arizona pick. Next pick is in.
Shady Katie.
Yeah. This is our lady Shady Katie.
I can't wait for this one.
Wait, let's take a vote. Let's just skip the Cowboys pick.
I'm down.
Let's just skip
Can
it.
we vote twice? Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe votes too.
Kobe is voting as well.
Yeah.
I'm outvoted again, I guess. It's
the Cowboys select no one.
Hi guys, it's Shady Katie. I'm not doing well as a Cowboys fan right now, okay? And can you blame me? We lost 2 players to the Dolphins. That's too many. And then we traded Amari Cooper to the Browns for a paperclip and an expired Groupon. And then we lost Randy Gregory after the announcement was made that he was signed. So I'm just engaging in some self-care right now, okay? I have to look to the future. It is not in there. But with the 24th pick in the Ref the District mock draft, the Dallas Cowboys do select Zion Johnson.
Who?
Guard for Boston College. Because at this point, if we don't have a good offensive line, Dak Prescott might actually die.
Who?
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna do self-care. Alexa, play the 10-minute version of All Too Well.
Who the hell is Zion Johnson?
That was
guard from
fantastic.
Central
video.
Michigan, right?
We'll take it. We'll take it. Good pick. We'll run through him too and get to Dak.
That was our lady Shady Katie for the Dallas Cowboys. They're wonderful.
You should have picked Treylon Burks if you got rid of Amari Cooper. Duh.
She's not wrong though on two things. One, they really did give up Amari Cooper for cheap, especially if you saw the deals for the other wide receivers that were traded away. Now, I'm not saying Amari Cooper's on the same level as Davante Adams or Tyreek Hill, but comparatively, you're not like those deals were insane, and Amari Cooper was given away. What'd she say? A Groupon?
Expired Groupon.
The other thing she said is Dak Prescott needs that protection, and they've lost their linemen are not nearly as studly as they had been in the past. So I think it's a solid pickup for the Dallas Cowboys. It's also not an exciting one, which is
who the hell is Zion Johnson?
Not exciting, but those guys, they help.
Yeah, I actually said that about Trent Williams when Washington took Trent Williams. I said it's not the sexy pick, but it's the right pick, and sometimes you have to do that. It was a paperclip and an expired. I think she said expired Groupon, which is even worse than expired coupon. That was
whose mock draft did she watch to get that name? That's all I want
to know. Next pick is in. There's a pick number 25, the Buffalo Bills.
The AFC Championship team. Stunner's a Bills fan.
Hello, listeners of Ref the District. My name is Ryan Sullivan, the creator and writer of the website sportsrock.us. Thanks to the lovely gentlemen at Ref the District, I am here to present the first round pick for the Buffalo Bills in the 2022 NFL Draft. And with the 25th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Roger McCreary, cornerback, Auburn. Why are we making this pick? Well, 5 years ago, Sean McDermott, with his very first ever pick at pick 27, picked a guy who wasn't the flashiest cornerback, didn't have all the electric testing numbers, maybe not the prototypical size you want from an alpha corner, but a battle-tested, multi-year starter out of LSU with unmeasurable intangibles in Tre'Davious White. And that is what we have here in Roger McCreary, a battle-tested, not always the most flashy, but 2-year starter out of the University of Auburn. His athleticism flashes on the field, even if it doesn't always flash in some of his testing. He's got impeccable ball skills, can play inside, can play outside, and can play in multiple different types of defenses. And he's the exact type of corner that this defense needs, losing Levi Wallace to the Steelers. And with Trey White maybe not ready for week 1 this year, and someone who is going to be an instant contributor in a Sean McDermott, Leslie Frazier defense. So thank you again, Ref the District, for letting me come on. Find my work at sportsrock.us. I'll have some stuff coming out after the draft. And on to you, Tennessee.
Brian sounds like a man who's talked himself into that pick over the last week, right? That's when you do that kind of level of research and you're just like, nah, this guy is set to be an all-pro. You've talked yourself into that draft pick. I don't think it's a bad draft pick, and I do think that Bills probably need some of that corner help. And Ryan would know better than us for certain. Maybe not Stoner, is because Trev pointed out Stoner's a Bills fan. Deep.
No,
he is
not a Bills
yes, you
fan.
Are.
No,
You're
no.
a low-key Bills fan.
I'm a Josh Allen fan.
You do love yourself some Josh Allen, absolutely.
Josh Allen fan.
And a Justin Herbert fan.
All right, pick number 26. It's Tennessee.
Nate, Stoner, thank you guys for having me back for the second annual Ref the District mock draft. Coming in with the Tennessee Titans at number 26, we have Kenyon Green, Texas A&M offensive guard, 2-time All-American, 6'4", 324 pounds. Why is this kid needed? Ryan Tannehill holds the number 1 stat for most sacked quarterback in the 2021 season with 47 sacks. This doesn't help that Derrick Henry was hurt. However, Ryan Tannehill is a pocket quarterback, and he needs to have a solid pocket in order to be effective in throw. As such, once again, Keenan Green is our pick. Thank you.
Longtime friend GB there picking the player that was actually the one who Douglas said that Shady Katie should have taken. Keep the kid in Texas. Don't let him leave the border. But she went with Zion and Kenyon Green here going to the Tennessee Titans.
She did.
Guards, run on guards there in the mid-20s.
Yeah, this is kind of a boring draft right now.
Yeah, it can be when you get guards and tackles. And
see if we get excited, a little bit more exciting here with, as my 8-year-old calls them, the Succaneers.
Yeah. Who's Tom Brady picking?
Rep the district. What's up, man? Coach Koy Hughes coming to you from Garver High School here in Oklahoma. A big shout out to my brother-in-law, Nathan. Honored you selected myself to make the picks for the Bucks upcoming draft selection at pick number 27. So do my best and see if I can help you guys out. The Bucks did a pretty good job of re-signing most of their upcoming free agents and made a couple moves in the offseason. But ultimately, we felt like the biggest holes they had were at the guard position and the defensive line position. So, they did a good job trading for Shaq Mason, re-signing Aaron Stinney, but they were still pretty short there at the defensive line position. A couple of the guys we were looking at, Zion Johnson out of Boston College, as well as Kenyon Green out of A&M were already off the board. So we're going to look at the defensive line position, not re-signing Ndamukong Suh and already being kind of thin there at the defensive line position. We felt like our best bet was Devontae Wyatt, the big 6'3", 305-pound defensive tackle out of Georgia. He's kind of the unsung hero of that defensive line. Jordan Davis gets a lot of the credit because he's just a monster, but Wyatt's also a beast. He's got great hands, great quickness, and we feel like that he's going to be a great fit on that defensive line, along with Vita Vea and company, to occupy blockers and allow Levante David and Devin White and company to free up and make a lot of plays. So with that being said, appreciate you guys having us on. Love the show. That's all we got coming from the boardroom here in Garver, Oklahoma. Thanks for having us. Go Bucks.
Thanks, Koy, for getting that video out to us.
Nice.
Excellent use of that green screen, by the way.
Yeah, I know, right? He's got
good.
good lighting and everything there.
Pretty sharp there.
Nice
Not
job.
bad for an Oklahoma boy. So he talked. He wanted a guard there for to protect Tom Brady in what might be his second final season, but the run on guards prevented that from happening. Interesting, so Sue's still not signed, right?
Right.
I think he's out there.
He mentioned that the Bucks didn't sign him. Is this? I think this is kind of like Landon Collins. These are some veterans who are waiting for the draft to kind of play out to see where they are. So now Sue's, if they go this route, Sue's going to be open. I don't know. Sue's such a good player. I don't think you're going to be able to replace him with a rookie, but you got Vea already there causing havoc in the middle. So
Yeah, he's nice.
Could still be pretty exciting there for the Buccaneers. Let's move on. It's going to be pick number 28, the Green Bay Packers are on the clock.
Hey, Ref the District. Absolutely love your guys' show. I will be making the pick for my Green Bay Packers. As you can tell, I'm a bit of a Packer fan, so this is a big pick, a big draft, but we'll start. With the 28th pick in the second annual Ref the District first round mock draft, my Green Bay Packers select Treylon Burks, receiver, Arkansas. Look,
That's
no
a good
secret,
pick.
they need receiver help, like in a really, really bad way. Burks brings some physicality and some game speed they desperately need for their back-to-back, two-time reigning MVP quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. Go, Pat, go.
I like that pick.
Second team to go, wide receiver
load 'em
here
up.
in the first round. Makes a little bit more sense for Green Bay than it did for the New York Jets. But hey, that's how it went down. Also, shout out to Brandon. He's on a weight loss journey, looking good there, sir. Treylon Burks. This is actually the one who I would have picked over Watson.
Watson,
for Green Bay earlier. But hey, continues to fall and gets them there at pick 28. And I think that package you can possibly with Watson and Treylon Burks could be pretty exciting. I don't think it goes wide receiver for Green Bay, but you never do know here. Pick 29 coming up here from Kansas City, the first Kansas City pick. Now, Stoner, you're a little bit coy, not Koy Hughes, who made our Buccaneers pick, but you've been hiding who's making this pick here. So this is a surprise.
Who's this
I
pick?
have a feeling we're going to be either
What team is
laughing
this?
like crazy. This is Kansas City. Is he?
This is
My guess.
Andy Reid coming.
He's doing Andy Reid. Is my guess.
I bet he got Andy Reid. Did you get Andy Reid for this?
Are you saying am I doing Andy Reid?
Did you get him? I don't think you did.
Well, let me just say this. It's the 29th and 30th. So there's not two separate videos, so it's just one video.
Just
Let
one
me just say
video
that.
play.
And without further ado, let's just get to it.
Hey there, how you doing? Coach here outside of beautiful Arrowhead Stadium, home of your Kansas City Chiefs. Hey man, I'll tell you, this is a wild offseason in the NFL. Who would have ever thought that Kansas City would trade away Tyreek Hill? Well, he's chasing dollars now instead of touchdowns. That's right. Hey, that's the way it is, man. I'll tell you, the AFC has been adding talent after talent after talent, especially in particular the AFC West. Man, you look at all these teams, man, they're getting quarterbacks and wide receivers and all these players, man. Here we are in Kansas City, and we got Juju, Corvette. Hey, that's right. Hey, Jackson needed a dance partner. That's right, guys. Hey, this is going to be a fun time coming up in the draft. Hey, man, in Veach we trust, and we got a lot of draft picks, man. There could be some real surprises in this draft. But, baby, I am here for the the district mock draft. This is fantastic, man. You guys are a fantastic group, and I'll tell you, I know this is your second annual mock draft, and that sounds like a great time. So I am here to announce the 29th and 30th pick of the second annual Ref the District mock draft. And with that, the Chiefs are going to select Jahan Dotson from Penn State. Oh, what a great wide receiver that is. And David Ojabo from Michigan, baby. Hey, he needs a Jabo, and we need a wide receiver. That's right. So if he needs a Jabo, we got a place for him with our linebackers. Man, this is going to be a great time. So, guys, enjoy your draft, and I hope that those draft picks turn out for your Kansas City Chiefs. Say it with me, baby. How about those Chiefs?
There you go.
Andy Reid.
We got Andy Reid in there.
I love those picks. Those are good picks.
They're not bad. Again, back to back. So we put them here. David Ojabo, linebacker for Michigan, and Jahan Dotson, Penn State University wide receiver. Mentioning that they need that wide receiver help, and pretty decent linebacker out of there, Michigan as well.
He tore his ACL though during the combine, so it's going to be
or his Achilles.
Pro day,
One of
something
the
like that. Yeah,
I think it was Achilles.
Yeah, but so he's gonna.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine in a while, but
yeah,
he'll be fine. It'll take a little while.
Metaphor asking, how much did you pay for that cameo? Half the cameo was just our second annual first round mock draft for Ref the Districts. We're gonna have to come up with a better name.
Yeah, we got to come up with a better name. It's just too long.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny though, because when we again behind the scenes stuff here, when we first started talking about this, I said it's going to be a surprise when the three of us were talking, and I think Trev said, "Are you going to get that fake Andy Reid guy?" And I was like, "Son of a bitch! How did he sniff it out so fast?" But I didn't give it away.
You did it
away, so you didn't know.
I sniffed it out.
Exactly who I got.
Fake. That wasn't the real Andy Reid.
I mean, the real Andy Reid. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
That was a good one.
That was good. That was pretty fun. That was we were poking around for different Kansas City Chiefs fans and content creators. But I don't think it could have been any better than that. That was pretty fun.
Cincinnati, that cost a whole like $20.
Yeah.
So,
did you pull that one out of the coffers?
I did. Yeah. I hadn't marked it yet, because I didn't want y'all to see that.
All right. Well, Cincinnati was another one that we weren't able to line up the content creator or fan from. So I ended up making the pick here and did some research to see where Cincinnati was being mocked to and what players, what do they need? They already shored up the offensive line, because that was the first thought I had was surely they're going to go with someone from the offensive line. They've actually already spent a lot of effort building that up. So with the 31st pick in the second annual Ref the District first round mock draft, Cincinnati is taking edge from the University of Minnesota, Boye Amafe, which I did look up how to pronounce that as best as possible.
Good.
We all know that could be an issue for me. Edge rusher. This is something, again, I've said several times just on this episode alone. Edge is the second most important position. This is something that they had a problem with, is now that they've got their line fixed, get after the opposing quarterback, potentially try to break the trend of being to the Super Bowl in your second time and losing and never getting back there for Joe Burrow. Do you love yourself some Joe Burrow too, Stoner? Because you're such a huge young QB fan. Hopefully Washington, right? Carson Wentz is young enough for you.
Yeah, he is. He'll be just fine.
Yeah, we'll see. I can only hope, but we'll see.
That is certainly the hope. We are here now to pick 32. And again, you're going to want to stay with us afterwards, because we're going to talk about who's available after this pick is made. And this is, again, for us, can't find a Detroit person, so we're going to make this pick. This is Trev. This one he remembers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So Detroit Lions took Kayvon Thibodeau with the number 2 overall pick, as you can remember. So I'm back again representing the Detroit Lions. With the 32 and last pick in the second annual Ref the District mock draft of the first round of the 2022 NFL Draft, which is led by Roger Goodell in Las Vegas. Okay, anyway, we select Matt Corral, quarterback out of University of Mississippi. Jared Goff, you got some competition, brother. Dan Campbell liked you last year, but I feel like he doesn't like you enough to keep you around for all this year. Needs some competition in there. He's all about some competition. May the best man win. Matt Corral doesn't have the size, but he has the athleticism.
He has that moxie.
I was going to say he has your favorite word, the moxie, swag.
That's the one reason why I think that this pick could possibly, because that coach there really loves his players to have that kind of football, moxie. So it's going to be a QB here, potentially, if they don't go QB with pick number 2. Malik Willis could go as high as number 2. If they don't take one there, if they take one of the edge rushers that's available, which would be a smart pick. I asked the same thing, metaphor.
I think he will be the surprise quarterback to fall after being highly ranked this whole offseason. I think he'll be one of the last ones to get picked in the 3rd or 4th round. I don't know why. I just feel that way.
Yeah, I think that there's a couple things that happened here that were a little bit surprising. One, that was the second quarterback taken. Right. So not only was Matt Corral the second quarterback, but there was only 2 taken in the entire first round. I believe you'll see 2 taken within the least the top 10.
Ooh. I'll put $1 on that.
You'll put $1 on that?
Yeah.
All right. We got our $1. So QB's taken in the top 10, 2. All right.
In the top 10?
Yeah, dog. Put $1 on this with me.
Wait.
Come with me, Stoner. Come with me, Stoner.
Who's saying 2? Sorry, I was saying up. You're saying 2?
At least 2
in
the top 10.
Come on, Stoner. Come with me.
I'm with you, Trev.
Yeah.
There's no chance 2 quarterbacks are going in the top 10. 0. That's an easy $1.
Hey.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Hey, what? Hey, Nathan, I'll give you a buyout right now. I'll give 50 cents. 50 cents, because you know you done messed up.
You didn't.
So I'll give you a
You
buyout.
done messed up, Ron.
No, I don't think I messed up. People might say that this is a bad QB draft, that they're not as high on these QBs, but people, just as we heard from a lot of our content creators here, they were talking themselves into picks, and so I think that you're going to have to Kevin doubling down on you guys here. Kevin saying that the first QB is not even going to be taken to the teams. Malik Willis is easily going in the top 10.
Where are they going? Who do you predict they go to?
Ooh.
Like, what teams are going to take quarterbacks, do you think?
I'm not going to go that far deep into
that's
it.
too.
Okay. Maybe you had an idea that, like, Carolina
Doug does bring up the Lions, the Falcons, the Seahawks. Carolina is another one that you're probably going to see a QB taken.
Yeah.
Falcons, I think, would be a prime spot for Kenny Pickett because it's a dome. So a lot of people bring up the small hands, the fumbling issues, cold weather. The guy played in Pitt, so I don't think the cold weather is going to be a problem, but you're putting him in a dome for Atlanta. I think that he could potentially, be the quarterback of the future for Atlanta. They got Mariota as a bridge QB. Lions are definitely taking QB. I do think that they might pass on one, though, with that second overall pick, just because there's such
They'll take
good talent that's
132.
there. But if Lions take one, they've got to take Malik Willis. But I liked the Carolina pick as well for Malik Willis there.
Desmond Ridder.
Desmond Ridder is if Washington didn't grab Wentz, this Desmond
That's
Ridder
who
is who I would have traded back into the first round for. You got to get the 5th-year option.
Yeah, sure.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
Metaphor says not Pickett to the Steelers, Pitt guy for Pitt. Pittsburgh would probably have to jump up. I do think that they're another one who's probably going to take a QB. If they move up, though, they're moving up for Malik Willis. And that one's going to be the one to watch out for, because they potentially, if Malik Willis falls to where the 5th pick, because Carolina picks 6, that's where I think that you can see Pittsburgh jump into the 5th just to grab Malik Willis before Carolina has a chance. Now, that all being said, there were also 7 wide receivers. Washington took one here in the first round. If that stays true and Washington doesn't take a wide receiver at 11, how are you feeling about picking a wide receiver at 47?
Well, who does that leave you with?
Yeah.
If they don't take a receiver and there's going to be a run on receivers, and let's just assume all these guys that were taken in our mock draft,
these are the 7 that are taken.
Gone. Yeah. And now you're up at 47 and you've got Kyle Hamilton at 11.
Pickens. Those are some of the names that are thrown around. Who else is going to be there?
Pickens, John Mechie.
No. I do like Mechie. I think he's a little small, but I do like him. But no. Get your wide receiver 1 /
Sky Moore is another one, but he's pretty small.
Yeah.
Go get your guy at 11.
Austin. David Bell from Purdue is a name that was brought up quite a bit as well.
You can't wait to 47 to get.
No, you can't.
You can't.
You can't. You just
need
can't.
a difference maker. You don't need some guy who's pretty good. You need a difference maker, and I'm going to say
that's why you should stay at 11
over and over again. You spent $28 million and 2 draft picks on a quarterback. Surround him with as much talent as possible so that he can succeed.
Yes.
If he succeeds, your team succeeds. If
Exactly.
Kyle Hamilton succeeds, so what?
Yeah, no joke. Amen.
You need
if Kyle Hamilton.
Let me throw something out here at you, and I'm going to repeat this tomorrow as we build up for the draft tomorrow in our live show from FedEx Field, I might say. But there were the top 10 defenses last year, right? Some of the teams that were top 10 defense: Carolina, Chicago, Cleveland, Denver. What does that do for you? Now let's take the top 10 offenses. 8 of the top 10 offenses were in the playoffs last year.
There you go.
One of the 2 that didn't make it. Did Baltimore make the playoffs last year? They did not, right?
No.
Missed out.
Right. Baltimore was a top 10 offense. So you got 8 made the playoffs, and you got Baltimore. And I believe the 10th was the Chargers, who barely missed the playoffs. Right? That's what goes to the playoffs, is top offenses. Who are the 2 teams in the Super Bowl? The Bengals and the Rams. What were their defenses? 17 and 18. You don't have to have a great defense to make it in today's NFL. You have to have a great offense. So do what it takes to surround Carson with all the talent you possibly can.
You're forgetting the fact that Ron Rivera is the head coach and one of the bigger voices picking. He also picked the GM, so they like-minded. They're taking a defensive player probably again. Now, I will say Ron's never taken 3 defensive players in a row. So
never say never.
Defense. This could be the first one.
Yeah.
That's happening.
Well, I'm telling you right now, we take defense. I'm not watching the rest of the draft.
Yeah, you
No, I'm not.
I know, Trev.
What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? What would be the point?
I hear you. I will say this.
For real, what would be the point? Really,
if
what
they
would be
draft
the point?
defense,
yeah,
something is getting broken that's close by me. I can promise you that. It might be a table. Might be a
I'm
chair.
going to make sure
might be
none of my
phone.
equipment's next to him as we're going to be in FedEx Field, and hopefully none of the stuff that is.
Yo, we take Kyle Hamilton, Stoner. You leave Nathan's ass there. Make him find a way home.
That's right.
You ain't staying rest of the draft.
Stoner is my ride for tomorrow. We'll be live from FedEx Field. Trev is, of course, joining us. We hope that you join us as we'll be bringing live coverage from FedEx Field. And we're going to be talking about and analyzing the picks as they go through. You can catch it all right here on our YouTube channel. We'll, of course, be streaming live to Facebook and Twitter as well. We always appreciate those who are in the comment section, lighting it up and interacting with us. And make sure that you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We might have some new gear to give away with our new logos and stuff. More on that coming up tomorrow. So be sure to tune in tomorrow. Stoner, what time are we starting?
We're going to start 6 p.m. and we're going to be going all the way until possibly 10:30, depending on how the draft goes.
We're going to be going for a while. The draft goes. Yeah,
but
as
also,
quick as this one was, tomorrow will not be nearly as quick. Kansas City has those back-to-back picks. I guarantee you they are spending the entire 15 minutes allotted per. Same thing with Jacksonville. 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Same thing with Jacksonville. They've had all offseason to figure out who they're picking at number 1. They're going to use up the entire clock. That's Sauce Gardner. I think everybody loses their dang on minds. And you'll see a lot of scrambling because war rooms are going to be like, wait a minute. Who's available at 2?
And don't forget also, we're going to be talking to current players.
Okay.
Retired players, Washington Legends. That should have been the name.
Yeah.
And team executives are going to stop by and talk to us. So we're going to be talking to a lot of people. So you definitely want to join starting 6 p.m. tomorrow. There you go.
All right. Catch us then. And until next time,
what?
Be a fan.
We love Washington, and we some die-hard fans. Yeah, we are. You know we keep it on 10. 1, 2, 3, let's go. And they give